Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our first Business Wise webinar on marketing with Canva. So nowadays, social media and digital marketing is more important than ever, but a lot of us are left trying to figure out how to create this content, this amazing professional content by ourselves, and sometimes without the help of a graphic designer. So Rebecca is here to discuss one of our favorite tools that we like to use at the Chamber, Canva. So Rebecca?
Thanks, Jasmine. We do love Canva. It is a fantastic tool. I'm not sure exactly when we stumbled across it, but man, do we ever love it. The best thing for you to know is it's also free. They do have some versions that if you want to pay for some of the pro stuff, you can do that. But that's not where I would recommend. If you're not familiar with it, or if you're just getting started with some graphic design, start with the free version, feel it out, see what's going to work for you. And after several months, when you've been able to see what some of those pro options offer, then maybe make that decision then. Now, just a note, we do also use like Illustrator and Photoshop, some of those things here at the Chamber. And sometimes those are really necessary. They're definitely more high quality. There are some things that they can do that are necessary. But if you're a small business or a sole proprietor and you need to make some nice looking things, Canva is the way to go. It's going to make you look so professional so fast. You and your customers are just going to love it. So the best way I know to show you about it is just to kind of create something. So Jasmine, if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to create a couple of items. So hold on just a second. Let me share my screen with you.
Yay, I'm so excited. It's like arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts time. Get out the glitter, right?
Right.
Okay, so here's what we've done. All I've done first is I've opened up a tab and I'm using Google Chrome. You can use Firefox. You can use really whatever works best for you. It works with multiple platforms, so don't feel like you have to use Chrome, but that is what I'm using because it's my preferred platform. And I've just typed in up here at the top, canva.com. It's just canva.com, super easy. And this is the screen that I get. So I have created an account, so some of my favorites are going to be saved, but it's going to look basically the same for you. So right now, if you want to do it with us, you're welcome to do that. If you have two screens and you want to watch while you're creating, great. If you want to watch and do it later or just get some tips, that's fantastic too. Whatever works best for you. And as always, if you have questions, please drop those in the comments below. Jasmine's going to make sure that I stay on track, and then she'll answer all those questions for us. We'll bring them up and show you where you can find some things or maybe how you can do something. We really want this to be for you, so let us know what you need to find out about. So I was thinking the first thing we would do is maybe create a social media post. If your business wants to do social media, you want to be on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, some of the different ones. Canva already has some of those pre-designed dimensions for you, which is amazing. So let's look right down here if you can follow my mouse. This one is a presentation, like if you needed to do a PowerPoint. Here's a regular Facebook post, animated social media, a Facebook cover. So that's that long piece that goes across your Facebook like a banner kind of. If you want to do a blog, there are so many options right here. And again, what this does is it's just predetermined your dimensions to make sure that it fits exactly the space that you're going to put it in. So let's do a Facebook post first. I'm just going to click right here and it's going to pull up exactly what the size that I need. So this is my screen where I'm going to be building. And then on this side over here are all of my options, all of my tools. So we have 4th of July coming up. Let's do something fun, right? We want to make some engagement on our business Facebook page. Let's maybe do a poll. So I think what I'd like to do is I want to come down here to elements right here on the side. Lots of options. Again, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I just want to show you some of the things that you can do. I love this grid feature that's right here. So this one's a whole grid. This one has 2, so you can plug pictures in. For this one, I want to use the 2. So all I'm going to do is just click and drag and drop it over here, and it's going to immediately take over my space. So let's have fun again, right? It's 4th of July. We want some engagement. Let's find out what people like better. Let's do some ice cream. So now I want to get out of elements. I want to go up here to photos. I'm just going to click on photos. And maybe I want to keep it really generic. So maybe I just want to type ice cream. Hit enter, and let's see what I get. Well, if I'm going to do one or the other, I definitely want to choose one flavor, right? Look at some of these pictures that are included. Just amazing graphics. But I really like this chocolate. That's fantastic. I'm going to click and just drag it right here. It's going to immediately apply to the whole picture for me. So now let's see what else I can find. Oh, I like the sprinkles. That's nice. What else would I like to choose for my other option? You know what? I like the strawberry one. It's just one ice cream cone. It's very appealing. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just click and drag it over. So now I have two beautiful pictures. And let's say maybe I want to scoot them over a little bit. All I need to do is double click inside, and you can see it's going to open that window up for me. And I can use my arrows, or I can grab it with my mouse and scoot it over to put it exactly where I want to be. And when I've got it, I just hit done. So now I've got chocolate, I've got strawberry. What else can we do? Let's go back to our elements. And I'm going to grab this circle here. And all I did was click on it and immediately put it in the middle for me. Beautiful. But I don't like the color. I'm going to change the color right here. So I have my circle highlighted already. Come up here to my brown square, and I'm just going to change it to white because I want it to stand out. That's perfect. Now it's a little bit big. I'm just going to grab a corner and shrink it down a little bit. And then look at this fun stuff that Canva does. It will actually help me make sure that I've got this centered. So now I know it's directly in the middle, and I'm going to go up a little bit, and it's going to tell me now I'm exactly in the center where I want to be, and I can stop and just leave it alone. So I've got this here. Now let's put some text. Maybe say, what's your favorite, right? Back over here again on the side. Go down here to my text box. I'm going to click on that. It's going to give me some options if I want something like this. I can change the words, of course, to make them whatever I want. But I think I want to create my own. So I'm going to just add a subheading. That's the size I want right now, and pull it over. It's already highlighted. So I wanted to say, what's your favorite? Well, I can recenter it. Don't worry. It's completely fine that it went kind of funny. Let's change the font. Let's make it look like what we want it to. So I'm just going to highlight all of it, and I'm going to come up here to my font. And let's see, I can choose any of these that I think might work. I'm going to go with this one. That's nice. I also want to make it all caps versus just like a sentence case. So I'm going to just switch there. Now if I click off, ooh, I like that. That looks nice. I need a little more pizzazz, you think? Let's add a little bit more pizzazz. Let's go back to elements, and I'm going to look for something certain. So I'm going to type in shapes, and I'm looking for a dotted circle. Look at some of these options that it's given me. Lots of great options. I know that this is going on Facebook. I know that I can add a GIF or a GIF or make it like a little video because I really want to draw some attention to it. So I'm going to choose this one right here where the circles are kind of going around and around. I think that's super cute. So again, I'm just going to grab it and bring it over. I could leave it like that if I wanted to, adorable, but I think I kind of want to get it inside that white circle. So I'm going to just grab the corner and bring it down and then move it back over. Look at that. I think I might want it a little bit bigger. Let's get it centered. Perfect. That's going to draw a lot of attention when people are looking at your Facebook post. Now, maybe we want to do more. Maybe we want to put some words. We want to say chocolate and strawberry or whatever flavors maybe you have chosen. So back to text I go, because this text has some really great features. So this time, let's add a heading. If I just click on it, it's going to bring it right into the middle, which is fine. Make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to just grab it, and I'm going to bring it up here above my chocolate side. I double click inside of it, and I can change the wording. So maybe I want it to say not just chocolate, but homemade chocolate. Oh, don't worry. Good. That looks pretty nice. Now, my font is different. I don't like that. Sometimes you do want to have different fonts. You want to draw people's eye to something in particular. In this case, I want the fonts to all match. So I'm just going to double click it. I'm going to come back over here to my fonts. And look, it's going to remember the last one that I used. It's going to have it right up top for me. So I don't have to search through a ton of them, which is lovely. That's cute. Let's see what else we can do. Let's spread it out a little bit. So if I click on this guy right here with my spacing, it's going to allow me to have a little bit more fun. I want to spread my letters out just a little bit so they don't look so close together. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. I like that. I'm going to show you one more thing that I love. I actually just discovered this just the other day because Canva is always upgrading and doing fun things. And I was showing Jasmine and I was just blown away. So I think you're going to love it too. So this is still highlighted. I'm going to come up here to my effects and click on that. And look at the fun things that I can do now with my font. I can do a shadow. I can do a lift. all of these different great things to really draw out my words. So I'm going to go with lift to give it a little bit of something extra. Let's click off of it. Oh, I like that. I think that looks really nice. The only thing I need to do now is do the same thing over here with a strawberry. But don't worry, it's super easy to make it the same. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to come over here to the side. And you see this little button where it says duplicate? Just click there. And it's going to immediately copy that for you. Then just grab your copy, carry it over, and look, Canva's magic again. It's going to tell us to make sure that we're lined up perfectly. Just beautiful. So I'm going to highlight everything. Now I don't need this one to say homemade chocolate. Maybe I want this one to say Cold Stone Strawberry. Perfect. I have the same font. I have the same effect happening behind it. I know that they match. And it just looks beautiful. So now your Facebook post is ready. To make it even easier, all you have to do is go over here to this little arrow for your download. You can publish straight to Facebook if you want to link your Canva to Facebook. That's easy. Or if you download, and you can choose what file type you want. If you want to do a video, if you want to do a GIF, or maybe you don't want these little dots circling around and around, you want them to become stationary, you can still do a PNG or a JPEG. Fun thing to note about a PNG, now not necessarily with this image, but if you have an image that has a lot of white, so maybe you have something happening at the bottom, at the top, and maybe you're making a cover for something, you can also do a transparent background. All you have to do is click the little box. But once you've chosen the file type that you want, for this one I want a GIF, all you have to do is download it and you're ready to go. You can plug it right into the social media content of your choice. Jasmine, make sense?
Totally makes sense. It's really fun. I love that you showed all kind of the different versions of it, of what you can do with the font and stuff. I think it's also fun to note that if there's a specific type of font that you want to use, like a cursive or like a storybook, there's a search feature on the font as well, which is really fun.
It's amazing. It makes it super easy. You can just type it in right here. We all have our favorites. It even is going to give you some titles. So if you know you want a handwriting one, you can kind of look through the different headings and see exactly what you're looking for. And it's going to pull up those options for you.
Yeah. It's also good when you're a beginner because, like you mentioned in the beginning, they have created design ones. So if you are just like, I don't know what to do, it's a really great starting point, or even if you just want to add in your own information.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. Let's do one more really quick. So all I'm going to do right now is go back to the homepage, so just canva.com. And let's create a flyer, because most businesses, that's what they want to do. Now, sometimes you can find it, it's exactly what you want. You can just type in your own basic information and you're good to go. So let's see what we've got. Let's create a flyer. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to choose a flyer. So it's automatically going to make my size an 8.5 by 11. And let's see. I'm going to choose. I'm going to just look through, see some of these beautiful predetermined. This is an event flyer. I like this, movie night at the theater. So I'm going to click on this guy. I want this page. You can apply both pages if you want. If I'm just doing a one page though, I can just make it just that page. I can add a new page later, however you want to do it. I love that it's laid out. Look at how cute this is. Everything is already here. So all I need to do, Jasmine, just like you said, is get rid of the stuff that I don't need. So let's say that we're doing this one at our local theater. Our local theater is Viva Las Arts. So maybe they're doing For the Love of Theater. And the movie night's not going to be at the Millsboro Theater, but it's going to be at Viva Las Arts. Look at how easy that was to add. And maybe I want the name to all appear together. I can just add my enter. And very quickly, I can just highlight and change or get rid of anything I don't want. I can update the date. Maybe it's going to be this Friday. It's super easy to add whatever you need to and get rid of whatever you don't need to. And look at that, Viola. You have a beautiful flyer to hang in your door, to put on social media. Of course, I would probably want to add a little bit more to this, but that was so fast and easy, and everyone's going to know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love it. And it makes it just so much easier when you're, you are just having to create content really quickly because you have a post or something last minute coming up. So I love that it's just so tangible for everybody to use. And I think it's really great.
Agreed. Let me show you one other thing that I do all the time. So we obviously use Canva quite a bit. And sometimes you need to create content. You need to create a flyer. You need to create a Facebook post. You need to create something specific, but you have no idea what that is. Every now and then, you're probably not like me, but my creative juices just are not flowing when I need for them to. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come back here to canva.com and I'll start with a template based on what I need. So let's do another flyer. And let's say that I want to make a flyer for one of our car dealerships in town. So what I'll do is I will just scroll through the options until I find something that aesthetically meets the kind of thing that I'm looking for. So I don't want Christmas trees, that's for sure. But you know what? I kind of like this. I might could work with this. It's got a computer in the background, but I like the way it's got a picture behind it. It's got the bright, bold text above it. So what I might do is start here, and then I'm going to change a lot, but it's going to be a good place for me to start. So maybe I want to change this picture and I want to do a car, right? Let's find a car really quick. All I'm going to do is go to my photos and type in car. Oh, very nice. A Mercedes. What kind of car do we want to advertise, Jasmine? Ooh, I like this one. Let's do this one really quick.
Yeah.
So I can just plug it in quickly. You know what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can make it apply just like that. So it's taken over. I think I want to get rid of the light bulb, but maybe we don't need that. Maybe we want to say, I'm not sure what type of car this is, but say maybe it's all American. And let's give it a great tagline. Let's maybe say, let's see.
That's the band, not the day.
Right? So let's change some of this. Maybe we want to get rid of this down here. Man, I really like that, but it's kind of in the wrong spot. Don't worry, we can still grab it. We can move it to wherever we want. There's plenty of room now if we want to add All American's logo up here in the top corner. And then look at this great information down here. I can just very quickly change this to say All American Chevrolet with their contact information, their tagline. And wow, how fast. This was a computer ad before, but now with a few tweaks, it looks amazing for exactly what we need for a car dealership.
I love it. So is there, like, how can you download it? Like, can you download it into a JPEG, or what are their options?
Good thoughts, Jasmine. Thank you. So once I have this completely ready to go, oh, look what I just did. Undo. Nice. Once you have it ready, again, this little download button is going to be your friend. And you can see once I started typing the text, it saved that first text for me. This is where you would save it as a name. So if I wanted to change the name, I could change it right here. But click on your little download button, and it's going to give you your options. Do you want a PDF print? Do you want a PNG because you're going to put it on social media or a website or something where you need an image? JPEG. If you're going to just print it internally, you're going to print it at your copy machine and put it up on walls and distribute it that way. PDF standard is a wonderful way to go. It doesn't take up that large of a file size. It's still a great print quality for your local printer. If you've created like an amazing graphic that you're going to send to a printer and you want them to print, you know, all to the edges, you're making tickets, you're making things that you need the community to know about, this PDF print is a fantastic option because you can even tell it to include crop marks and bleeds, and your local printer will think you're an amazing graphic designer. As soon as you've selected whatever file type you want, all you need to do is click on download. And it just takes it just a second, and it's going to appear right here in the bottom. Once I click on it, it's going to open up for me just like that. It's gorgeous.
And I love when you download whatever your beautiful design is. It always has such an inspirational quote on it.
It does.
It's so fun.
You feel like, I did that and I can do another one. I'm prepared. I'm ready to go.
Right. Well, we have a question, Rebecca. It says, can you show how to add a logo?
I would love to. So I'm going to stay on this one right here because we work with a lot of different businesses. I have a lot of their logos already. So don't be alarmed when you see logos. But this is fantastic. Over here on the left, we have folders, and I've created a folder already that has a lot of those logos in it. So I'm just going to go straight there, and look, I've got All American right here on top, as well as Toyota. We could use either one of them. But I uploaded it. So all you need to do is click on your upload image, and wherever you have that saved, so like this is the city logo, if you have it on your desktop, if you've pulled it from wherever you have that archived, all you need to do is click on it, and it will immediately upload that file for you, which is fantastic. So I've previously uploaded All American. Let me just click it and drag it over. And I have to be a little careful because it'll want to take over the image like you just saw. So all I did was I went ahead and made it in, and I'm going to use my arrows to kind of move it to where I want, make it smaller, because we definitely want to make sure that the logo is represented on there. Right. How's that? Maybe we like it, maybe we don't. Maybe we say, you know what, that's great, but not quite what we want. Let's get it smaller and put it over here. That's easy to do as well. I want to show you something else that's really fun that is life-changing, I think, in Canva. So this image that's here right now, you can change the transparency of it. So right up here, this little checkerboard looking guy is the transparency. Right now the image is at 100%, but let's say it's too much and I need it to be less so my words stand out more. I can grab the little circle, bar, whatever it is, and I can make it less. And look at that, my image immediately is going to get lighter and my words are going to stand out more. So you can play with that to find out what works best for you. Here's something else that I think is a really fun tip as you're learning Canva and as you're building it. Let's go back over here to elements. Here are the shapes. This little square shape is probably one of my most used shapes, buttons, icons, anything ever. I use it for a lot of different things. So I'm going to just click on it and put it right here in the middle. And it looks pretty horrible like that, but don't worry. We can move it around, get it exactly where we want it, and we can change its shape too. Maybe we want it to go all the way across. Let's change the color. Let's make it a gray, maybe like that. That's a little bit better. So we completely covered up our words, right? That's not good, Rebecca. Don't worry. We can go over here to position, and we can make it go backwards. Oh, that's better. So now we're going to pull it up a little bit because we want it to be evenly spaced. Now you'll notice I still have the square highlighted, and now I'm going to come back over here to my transparency button. If I click on that, look, now it's going to kind of fade away a little bit, and my car is going to shine through. My words still stand out. I don't know if I would use that specifically on this graphic, but in the past and a lot of other graphics, it's really been a lifesaver. If I find the perfect photo, the perfect image, but my words just aren't standing out the way I need for them to, a lot of times inserting this box, putting it behind your text, but in front of your picture just a little bit can make a lot of difference. Now, we also did find in one of our last ones, let me delete this, that we can play with the text, remember? So if we highlight our text and we come up here to effects, this time let's try a shadow and let's see what that looks like. Very nice.
Ooh.
I did more than a logo, but
I love it. And I think it's a good thing to note and to talk about too is that so Canva images are all copyright free. So if you use them, you're not going to get in trouble for using copyright, which is important now when you're creating your content to not just go to Google Images and grab whatever image. So I think that's a good thing to talk about is that all these images aren't going to get you in trouble.
That's exactly right. If you're using the free version, or if you do later decide to upgrade to the pro version, everything is included. And I do have the pro version. So some of the things, like you can see once I hover, it's going to tell me it's a pro. If you're just using the free version, it's going to still allow you to try that picture out. But before you can download it or do anything to it, you would have to, it's like $1 or something that they pay per image. So it's still very reasonable. If you find that perfect image, and you really want to use it and you're willing to pay $1 for it, you can definitely do that too.
Yeah, I completely agree. It keeps you out of trouble because, we're all creating stuff digitally right now. And it's, sometimes you're creating it so quickly that you don't even think that, oh man, that's somebody else's property at that moment.
Right. Something else, just a real quick recap for Canva. I'm going to go back to my homepage really fast. We talked about some of the wonderful things that it can do, and it has some predetermined dimensions for you. Here, Instagram posts, look at how beautiful that is. If you want to post this Happy 4th of July onto your Instagram page from your business, that's beautiful and already done. You could click on it and very quickly just add your logo or add something special to it. Fantastic options here. But let's say that you need to make something really specific. Maybe your website has ads on it, or maybe you're creating an ad for somebody else's website. Or maybe you're just doing something that you need a specific size. Right over here on the right-hand side, there's Create a Design. And if you click on that, it's going to give you the regular options also. It's going to tell you what those sizes look like. But then if you click on Custom Dimensions, it's going to ask you exactly what you want that to be. So you can do it in pixels, which is a lot of what graphic designers use. If you need it 115 pixels by 225 pixels, this is what that looks like. Or you can also do it in inches, millimeters, and centimeters. So that flyer where you know you need it 8.5 by 11, or you need it at 8.5 by 12, something different. You can always do all of those things too. So easy. So let's say I want to create something that's pretty small, maybe 150 by 250 pixels. All you need to do is create that new design. And look, you're right back at here. It's still going to give you some suggestions for some templates. If you don't like them, you don't have to use them. Or maybe you just want to do a quick search for pizza and you want to see what options it gives you, and you can build from there.
I love it. It's so cool to do that. Can you speak to some of the other ones that they have too, like the Instagram stories ones and things like that?
Absolutely. So let's come down here and find it. Instagram posts, logos, flyers. Let me get rid of this guy. Facebook covers. I'm just going to keep scrolling. Look at all these options. And I love that you can do these animated pops, kind of like the first one that we did. Just little pops to help draw someone's eye to your post. Here's Instagram stories. Look at how beautiful and easy this is if you're using it for your business or for personal use, whatever you would like to do. Let's choose one that we kind of like. Again, you don't have to use it exactly. But look, it's very quickly given me a template that I can use. Now, these are like that first one where I had the elements and I had the grid on there. It's just flipped it and it's turned different. So now let's say that we want to put your own pictures in there. Let me go to some of my uploaded photos and see, oh, look who this person is right here. Jasmine, let's create your Instagram story for you. Oh, that's going to work. All we can see is 10. Well, this space is probably not the best space for it anyway, but we can click on her and just drag it to where we get her exactly where we want her to be and say done. Oh, look at her, how cute. She's peeking out over the top of that.
Love it.
You can upload your own pictures. Again, once you're in the uploads section, you can upload an image or a video, and you can build this to look exactly like what you want. Or you can click undo and go back to what they had, make it all about you, and you're done. Did that answer your question, Jasmine?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's important to note that Canva can cover a broad spectrum of social media needs and kind of your graphic design, quote unquote, needs. Because, we're all right now in the business of trying to figure out how to get our message out because it's very important. And so I love that this tool is available and that it's free.
And that it's free. And to all of our Facebook watchers, Jasmine and I were just chatting about Canva before we started and how much we love. They're constantly upgrading it. We'll go on one time and be like, oh my goodness, this is new. This is wonderful. So there's all kinds of new tricks and new things that you can do. My biggest advice to you is get on and try and start and see what you can do. You're going to find that you look amazing very quickly and you're going to love the program.
Yeah, it's fun to earlier today, I looked back at some of my first flyers and I thought, oh man, this is going to be kind of cringeworthy to see, how far we've come, and they're still great.
They're still great.
Really does, yeah.
Yeah, I love that it saves everything for you too. These are our recent designs. Let me show you some of this. If you follow us on email or on social media, you'll see some of this will look familiar. I'm just going to click on all, and you can see some of the things that we have done recently. Even these are some of the overlays that might look familiar right now. We've created a lot of this in Canva. There's so many just wonderful options that we can do with it. And let's say I created something, but I want to make a little bit of a change to it. Maybe even my leader cast. I really love this. The sizing, everything is perfect, but maybe I need to change a color, or I need to change out a logo, or I need to change something, but I don't want to mess with this one. I want to leave this one like it is. You can click on your three little dots right here and just say make a copy. And then immediately at the very top, it's going to give you that copy. And now it's completely different. You can do whatever you would like and not have to worry about messing up that original one.
It's awesome.
So just some fun tips. We love Canva. If you have any other questions, even if it's after the live, if you want to pop them in, we'll do our best to answer them for you. We want the success for all of our businesses, and we feel like this tool is just one of those wonderful tools that all businesses can utilize, unless you have a graphic designer or somebody who's just fantastic and can create those lovely images in Photoshop or Illustrator or some other type of device. So Jasmine, I'm going to stop sharing my screen unless you have another question.
No, that's it, I think. It's such a great tool. I just kind of personal comments on it. It's really a great, easy tool to help get content out to you quickly, or to make your content stand out a little more. So it's really fun. So I just want to kind of talk about, well, thank you first off for doing this.
Sure.
She is our resident expert on it, I think. So I love it. But speaking of creating things in Canva, a couple of our status wise, oh, look at that. I've never seen it do that before.
Oh,
I know, that's really fun. So a couple of our upcoming webinars are, we have an Entertainment Wise. So it'll be our first webinar on Entertainment Wise on Tuesday at 11 a.m. And then we're going to have another Status Wise on Thursday at 2 p.m. So we started these WISE webinars, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. So tune in every Tuesday and Thursday on our Facebook. If you need more information about just anything, our webinars, anything that we do, our mission statement, please check out our website at ColleenChamber.com, or give us a call if you have any questions at 254-526-9551. Thank you, Rebecca.
thank you, Jasmine. This was fun.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a good weekend.
Happy 4th.